Hi again, hockey fans, and in case you missed the last big game, let's try to bring you up to speed on what's going on. Shot Dombrowski, the greatest two-way player in the game of hockey, made the big leagues. Beat up half the Western Hemisphere, did a little stint behind bars, made a comeback, got married, played in the big series in Russia, won the cup, got a divorce, died, all in 89 minutes. All right, let's catch up with the action as we head into overtime.
She didn't take the news too well. She's hungover, and you can smell the gin leaking out of her quiff.
In Russia, when a man leaves a woman, there's a short ceremonial dance, and then he tears his nards apart, feeding it to a mongrel dog.
Well, we better get out of here before she checks the no trade clause in my contract. Town limits!
Just like when we escaped Russia.
Snapping arseholes! She's got a good wrist shot! Jesus Christ, Joanne! We're both suffering from post-concussion syndrome here!
You think you can leave me for a gay Ruski? You better be prepared for more than a friggin' headache!
Looks like you better give me the old sure shot hip check.
I really like that one. I think that one should definitely go in.
Yeah. You want a coffee?
Yeah, please, that'd be nice. Thanks.
You saw Shot at your local deli? No, he's dead. The house collapsed on him. I know, it's been a whole year since our last tour to his gravesite. Yeah, well, I'll run it by the boss, but it was a tough sell the last time. Yeah, I'll call you back. Listen here, noob. I saw you trying to take my parking stall this morning. That's how it starts. First my space, then my column. Time to take out the trash.
Well, crowdsource it and get me that story. I want everybody in astronaut diapers until that thing's filed. Oh, let me guess. Something important, right? Like, you want more money for the coffee fund.
Better. I want to do another bus tour. Celebrate the first anniversary of Shot's death.
He's still dead, right? Yeah. Where's the story?
Runs deep, Don. Right here.
Yeah, you've plumbed those depths, Reg, to the point of drowning.
The people are still interested. I'm getting calls every day.
Yeah, well, you've got a day to get me an angle, Reg.
You'll be glad you okayed this. Hold it off again, Don. The bus is booked, packed with fans. We're ready to take another trip down memory lane.
Oh, where to this time? The locker room where he first found out he had pubes?
Better yet, Barhead. He coached his first season with the Flin Flon Toads. Then he moved on to the Barhead Fighting Beavers of the Pioneer League. Shot loved that town. Friendly people, blue skies, open spaces. They even set up a Winterfest in tribute.
A Winterfest? What is it with these geniuses? He had 2 good seasons in the pros before he died an idiot falling off the top of a house he'd constructed out of toothpicks.
He didn't just have a fall from grace. He had a fall from a roof. Great at roofing in the pros, not so much on the construction site.
Put that in the article.
Kind of hit the ceiling of his career.
All right, you wore that one out, all right? You leave tomorrow, you file by Friday, and you get a third of a page. No, don't argue with me. Just check in with accounting and quality control.
Who?
Accounting and quality control. All writing projects and personnel must go through the new financial security check.
That's probably not going to happen.
Just check in with him, all right? The guy's name is Neural Tinks. He's in the cubicles. He's got this... you can't miss him.
Numbers, man. Give me numbers.
I'll give you 10 loose chiclets. I've got a half-a-page sports feature I'm writing on Shot Dombrowski on a bus to Barhead.
I've just been informed that it's 1/3. Who is this Shot Dombrowski? Is he a fixed asset or is he a liability?
Shot Dombrowski was the best and toughest player that lived. He played junior in Mundair, tore up the league, went #1 overall to the Edmonton Gunslingers, played a year, went to the minors, went to jail, came back and was a hero in Canada's win over Russia, won the cup, fell in love with a Russian centerman, broke it off with his wife, moved into coaching. We're going on a bus trip to celebrate his life and death. Rough estimated cost, just under $5 grand.
Repeat the part about the Russian. And repeat the part about the 5,000.
Can a monkey do jazz feet? You can read about it in the papers. Are we done here?
You're 1 second over. Yes, I've put this into a subsidiary ledger, but I'm going to make copies of it and pass it to all my accounting friends at the coffee room, because our life is devoid of laughter.
I like the photocopier. Great functionality.
Oh, yeah.
I'd like to welcome you all back to the annual celebration of the life of Shot Dombrowski. We're headed to Barhead, a special place in the life of Shot, sort of the second period of his storied career. It's where he signed on to coach and play for the Barhead Fighting Beavers after retiring from the Edmonton Gunslingers. Joining us, his ex, Joanne Avery, and her partner, legendary left-winger Moose Forget. A special shout-out to Doc Knobloch, Shot's bench boss, from the famous Canada-Russia series. Doc is fresh off a stint at the seniors complex for hockey's brain injured in Sudbury. It's always tough to tell how lucid or bent out of shape Doc will be. It's a puck toss. But then again, that's how he coached. As always, he's accompanied by his private nurse. Looks like the Doc could use a little shut-eye. Sleep tight, old prince. And finally, Erwin V. Boyd. Shot's employer from his off-ice days. We found Erwin sleeping in a box in an inner-city back alley, which is fitting since he has the personality of cardboard.
Let's do lunch sometime.
He tells me that he has another story involving Shot and the Sovereign Corporation. Erwin is about as slimy as they come, but he paid triple just to be here. As per our last trip, we have Shot highlight video. So pull the jersey over the person next to you and hammer away. Helmets optional.
Shot coached me there in Barhead a year that I froze my arse off. I would have preferred a French coach, but to be honest, Shot was a maudit, a bastard. Treated me to batosh. My goals against average went through the roof. And then they had Louis Ariel Day, and they tried to hang me.
Broke his hip. Mofo, get that fat old amputee in his ride and get him down to the signing. Last minute, know what I'm saying, G?
No, I have no freaking clue.
2 quarters less a dime. I'm Slippity Dog, G.
Slippity Dog.
It's my name, G. DJ Vinyl by night, hockey card promoter by day. That's how I know Shot. Yeah. Had his rights for a couple years. Pimped that dog at every show I could. Made some coin, G.
Since I didn't bring my Ebonics dictionary with me, I'll assume you mean you represented Shot at hockey card conventions?
Rode that ice free card, G.
Yo, Shot is in the house, dogs. Like, whoop, whoop, whoop. Brrrr. So,
I could riff on all the stats, but you already know all that stuff. So what you don't know is that we're gonna need some jang for that bling. You know what I'm saying? We all got bills, so it's gonna be 100 for the squall and 125 for jerseys, kissing babies, etc. skis. So little lady, it's gonna cost you, and everybody else, get your wallets out.
My mom only gave me enough money for the bus tickets here and back.
Oh, then you shiz out of luck. Next time, bring more cash, G.
I even brought my Shot Dombrowski collector's doll special. Let me at him. Tear him apart.
Whoa, why you frontin', Shot?
You refund their money right now. Those are my fans out there. They're here because they love the way I play. I always did this for free.
Dude, you are a dinosaur, G. This is how we play now. It's a whole different ball game.
My name doesn't even start with G. If I was a dinosaur, I'd be a brontosaurus. You can beat up a T-Rex with your tail. Autographs are on the house.
We rewrote the contract. Shore gave us 2 mint rookie cards, and we let him off for that shit. Peace out.
You still profited from his goodwill.
To the tune of $4K, G. Money in the bank. I pimped my ride with that shiznit.
Yeah, your ride looks extremely pimped.
Stop the goddamn bus!
Man, as soon as I get out of here, I'm calling my mom on my cell phone, and she's gonna bring my paintball gun down, and then you're gonna get yours, bitch!
Yeah? Well, I know 3 guys in this county who will make you their bitch, and I have them on speed dial.
On second thought, it's pretty nice out. Guess I could just hang out, give me a chance to work on my math equations.
Yeah, peace out, you piece of shit. I must now grimly inform you that Irwin V. Boyd is about to take center ice. I know. I'd rather hear nails on a chalkboard too. But he keeps showing up in Sure Shot's life. Now might be a good time to catch up on your sleep. Asshole.
Now, as many of you may or may not know, I was Sure Shot's first employer. And it's been said, and unfairly so, that after working for me, that he was bound to fail. I'm the one who gave him a taste of the whip, tried to toughen him up. It's not my fault he's got the learning curve of a Saskatchewan horizon. I gave him a chance, an opportunity. He wound up a stick and broke it in half. I tried to teach him the fundamentals of business, that a little bit of greed can go a long way, and hockey and business can be played the same way. Dirty. When Sure Shot left my company the first time, he thought he was through with me, just like he thought he was through with his ex-wife. A few years went by and he retired to coaching. Everything appeared to be normal.
He took over the helm of the Barhead Fighting Beavers and ran the team for an old hockey buddy. They were having a mediocre season, barely above 500, and Sure Shot had his hands full. He was having a hell of a time controlling the dissidents. He had Kalen Petropov and the Western boys under his thumb, but he had the college boys and the Quebec contingent against him.
Let's get some shots on this guy.
Look, Coach, I've got 2 years animal husbandry at the Wentworth Institute in Massachusetts, and these strategies don't work for the pedantic. We need clear reasoning before we head into the breach.
I'll give you head on the beach.
Well, my defense and I have everyone from Gatineau. We also on distinct lines that French. I'll give you.
Let's go, you guys. Someone get out there and score a goal. Let's go!
Sure Shot, I'll tell you again. We're broke. We've got no money in our bank account. Attendance is a way off. We're not even selling beer at the concession to anybody anymore.
No, what are we gonna do? Move the team to Newfoundland? Come on, Gus. You're the best defenseman I ever knew. You always got a trick up your sleeve.
I do. I sold the team last Friday.
You must be fisting me. You're supposed to let me know about any big changes. Who'd you sell to?
An old buddy of yours. He said you'd be really happy to hear that the team was in his capable hands.
Who, Gus?
Yes, like Napoleon back from exile. How are you, Sure Shot? Gus, you've had your last paycheck. 2 orders for you. Get out and stay out. Well, a clean sweep of things, eh, Sure Shot? I know, you're happy beyond words to see me. You've got a lot of catching up to do, young man. Of course, you're not as young as you used to be when you first came under my tutelage.
You what?
All right, let's cut to the chase, SS, because I don't suffer fools gladly, and you pretty much fit that bill to a T. We need to bolster attendance, get this team back in playoff mode. So I'm bringing in my own team from the old war room to help get some butts in the seats. You're gonna play. You're gonna suit up for the rest of the season.
No, my contract is to coach.
Well, you can take that contract and rip it up or wipe your crack with it. It was null and void the moment I walked into this room. Now I'm bringing in a new general manager, a guy by the name of Temple Weeks. Pretty much the biggest bootlick you've ever met, but at the end of the day, he does what I tell him. Now, my brother Sebastian is going to run marketing. My sister Ophelia will run administration, which means you pretty much have to do both those jobs. Now, I want 3 new sponsors by the end of the week. Any questions?
The new owner is Erwin Boyd.
The team will be ruined.
Not if I can help it. But he wants me to play again.
But you have Hooker's elbow. It's not good for you to play heavy again.
I'll figure something out. Sooner or later, you gotta kill a penalty. What's even weirder is I've been getting these wacky phone calls, night and day. Could be a man, could be a woman. Can't tell.
I've heard nothing. But you know, pretty much everyone wants to kill you for your cruel and inhuman behavior.
That comes with the territory. But you run practices for the next couple days? I have to do some marketing.
I'll be coming in to talk about the team and sponsorship, and I'm already on my way. So you'd better find some money.
You the one I just talked to?
Maybe.
Get out your checkbook. This is the goddamn hockey team you're saving here.
I gotta go through head office for that stuff, buddy.
Oh, I'll give you head office. Hey, you'll be next.
You'll be doling it out, because I'm coming right over.
Who has signing authority here?
We just bought billboards. We're not interested.
Don't you want to support the Fighting Beavers? And didn't your mom teach you not to point?
I'm already here, so whatever's in the till is coming with me.
Holy shit! They should make it illegal to talk on these things. That's dangerous. Whew. You know what I'm after. Now let's do this before I squeeze your head into the pec deck there.
You should really speak with my boss.
Oh, if he's anything like you, it'd be a waste of my gun power.
Yeah? No, you really should.
Sounds like we got a real dumbbell here, hey, Jimmy?
Maybe I was a little pushy there. Do you mind just giving me some cards from the back, and I'll leave you some material to consider?
Yeah, I'll get right on that.
Not done with you either! Oh, God, thank heaven, take me.
Okay, now let me bring you up to date on all the pertinent numbers. Now, the government's approved this huge loan for upgrades to the arena at 5%. Now, effectively, we're going to take that loan and reinvest it for a 7% return.
Not that I'm asking, but shouldn't the team get some of that?
Look, we have to get Sure Shot back on the blades. He'll fill the place. Oh, and we've got a few documents we have to slip past the Sleepy family board at the next meeting.
Hey, last week they had a couple of questions.
Such as?
Ophelia was asking if we could print next week's agenda on perfumed paper. And she was also asking if we could break down the legalese into simple sentences.
Yeah, that reminds me. After lunch, I've got to go and cut the brake lines on her car.
Oh. We also need to start backdating all signed agreements. New monies we funnel into the charitable account, our non-taxable hockey team. That's where we'll draw our bonuses.
Yeah, you have to love philanthropy. It never works, but you gotta love it.
I taste a hint of nutmeg in the coffee.
Stay with me, Temple. Focus. Look, I know half the time that brain of yours is set on moron. We're gonna hang on to this little asset, this team, until attendance gets up. Then I'll flip it, sell it to some sucker who can move it to Florida for all I care. And as an added bonus, the new commissioner of ethics, Artis Smalley, he's been watching Sure Shot. He wants him banned from hockey for life.
Why is that?
Well, it seems Artis had bet his life savings on that Russian series. Put it all on the Russians, and then Sure Shot scored the game-winning goal in the last minutes. He lost everything. So let's get attendance up, flip this team, and then Artis can carve up Sure Shot with a dull hockey stick for all I care. Just start cooking those books. Don't burn them. We don't want any nasty odors getting away. Just cook them a bit.
Cinnamon. No. Nutmeg.
Sure Shot. I thought I told you you were supposed to be playing tonight.
What? My elbow's shot. My contract's the coach, and that's what I'm doing.
That's what the radio ad said. Why do you think there's a full house?
Hey, ref, bend over and use your good eye!
Look, I'm sending Temple down. He'll manage things behind the bench. He's going to have a number for a doctor to take care of your elbow. You better be suited up by the second period, or you'll be cleaning the ice with your own tongue. You got that?
As usual, you guys are out there playing with no balls, just like you got out of a cold lake or something. There's no down low protection, no breakout. 6 points out of a playoff spot, and this is how we're playing? Embarrassing. Kalen's carrying the team.
Why don't you try giving us more ice time instead of playing favorites?
Jonesy, why don't you try to squeeze a little more shit into that helmet? You know why you get 4 shifts? You can barely skate. You want a little motivating philosophy? Play with some confidence like you own the place. Piece of shit. Now I'm suiting up. Jonesy, you and Bouchard go do that interview at intermission. And if I catch anyone dragging their ass in the third period, you'll be leaving in the ambulance.
We're back between periods here at the Arena. And I gotta tell you, it's another tough one here for the Fighting Beavers. Sure, Shot Dombrowski was supposed to join us here in the intermission, but he's fully suited up for the second period, so therefore unavailable. But in his place, backup netminder Guy Bouchard, and also joining us is Todd Jones out of Wentworth Institute, recently added to the roster. Hey, fellas, gotta ask a question. Not a great start to the season, but what have you got planned for the race to the playoffs?
With our team in the crisis situation, goes against the average like Tabernac. The English socialists and the Quebecois have decided to take action. We are asking the league governor to take over control of the team from Sure Shot.
Yes.
We know what's at stake, basically 4th place, and we have a good fiscal plan to take this team out of the doldrums. Our coaching coalition will last until the season ends, or until someone blinks.
Well, you heard it here first, folks. I mean, you got to wonder who's driving this Zamboni, don't you? This is going to send a cool welcome out to new owner, Irwin V. Boyd. Speaking of cool welcomes, you got to see this next feature. It's a dandy. It is with International Commissioner for Hockey Ethics, Artis Small.
It is pronounced Artis Schmiel. We find ourselves today in the middle of a hockey battlefield with no rules applied. None. Illegal steroid use and violence ruled the day.
Entering the game for the Fighting Beavers, Sure Shot Dombrowski.
What are you looking at, meathead? Oh. Enough's enough. I'm suiting up. It is wicked hard to get traction with these boots here. Let's go. Game time. Let's go, boys.
Well, my game plan was pretty effective.
It's all good. It's all good. Erwin needs to see you at corporate head office tomorrow. Big meeting to discuss the team.
Well, that's fresh.
Coming through. Make way. Well, this is how the colonel used to enter the boardroom. I thought I'd keep up with tradition. Now, we've got a big meeting ahead of us, and by that I mean I'm going to talk, and you guys are going to listen. Sebastian, did you pick up the financial reports at the printer?
I got sidetracked, Governor. No, there's a comic book store next door, so I spent most of my morning there. I found a Dr. Death Ray special edition, though.
Death Ray? Shut up. Ophelia, did you print off the revenue stats for the team?
Oh, yeah. I need to find a way to turn that jersey back from that slight shade of pink to a fiery hot red. You know, with the broad shoulders and the XL waistband.
Lord help me. Or Dark Lord, if you're listening, one of you, make this stop. All right, here's what we're gonna do to make sure your team doesn't fall apart. I met with the commissioner last night, and we're gonna prorogue the league.
We interrupt this production for an explanation of the word prorogue. Prorogue is a political term. It's when a confused person, like the head of state, shuts down government. Then this person can run around, do nothing, hide, doesn't have to talk to anybody, do anything, and really saves his political career. It's kind of like, in hockey terms, the old dump and chase. Hey, let's get back to the movie.
Are you getting rid of all the professionals on the team?
It's like dealing with monkeys at a zoo. Temple, you're a simpler man than I. Explain it to Monkey Boy.
Erwin has received permission to shut the team down for 3 days. That means no paychecks for anyone this week. Oh, that means a substantial savings that we can shift into the new umbrella firm.
Wait, more money? You mean I could pay for those cappuccino machines I have in back order? And I can get those action figures from the Ion Moon series?
You're more likely to get a 2-week vacation to some fishing pond near Mount Fuji, where I'll have 3 samurais carve you up into sushi.
I prefer ninjas.
Ninjas. I'll give you ninjas. Now, Sure Shot. Effectively what we've done is given you some time to work with your team members, your players. 3 days should be enough for us to ship off the Quebec dissidents to Duck Lake for future considerations. And we'll take those college boys and send them up to Alaska where they can learn about northern climate. Let them suck on some cold, hard facts for a while. All you have to do is get your team ready for the playoff run. And there might be a nice raise in your salary.
Salary? I don't get anything right now. I'm using my pension from the gunslingers.
Well then, a raise from nothing should be a great improvement. All right, I guess that's it. Meeting's over. Everybody out. Erwin Boyd speaking. 1 second. Sure Shot. It's for you.
Hello.
Enjoying your day, dumbass?
Hello?
Having fun with your newfound freedom? When I see you and that Russian ballet dancer, I'm gonna rip both your eyeballs out of their socket, carefully dissecting your entrails
Wrong
for
number.
soup.
And once we took disciplinary action, we rolled right into the playoffs. Beat out Regina in 3, Prince Albert, beat them in 5 games, and took care of St. Boniface in 6. The championship was ours.
go, boys. Better effort all around. Doesn't hurt when you got an ex-superstar on your team. But clearly we got some injuries. Anderson, you broke your forearm, but play through that. Hey, it's a long way from the heart. Unless you got heartburn, then you're out. And Murkowski, I know your hemorrhoids look like raspberries hanging off a balloon knot, but you're starting next game. You're our man. Let's go, boys. Balls to the wall. Balls to the wall.
Temple and I were very busy. We'd built the bank, and we're more than pleased to rob it. Fiscal responsibility has its price, and it sure as hell wasn't going to be me to pay the bills. With Temple at the helm, ours was less of a Ponzi scheme and more of a pansy plot. We had to lay off more than a few souls, in order to better lay the foundation of our corporate drive. Our bonuses, we decided, should go right back into the company and then right out again into our offshore accounts. The work was stressful.
Unfortunately, Revenue Canada was soon on our track of double dipping through the golf course tee times and all the balls that we lost and declared as a write-off. So we decided we'd better clean out a few files in the accounting room. Unbeknownst to us, Sure Shot had installed a security camera a week earlier because he wanted to catch a freaking mouse that had been chewing on some wires. Revenue Canada grabbed the tapes and the game was over. Sure Shot screwed me twice. If I factor in the probability quotient, that makes me 4 times the idiot. We had our day in court, where we were indicted on multiple counts of fraud, which Temple plea bargained. I, for one, felt it was nothing more than a witch hunt, or more appropriately, a warlock hunt, with the Queen's prosecution wanting nothing more than to bag the big one.
Fund the activities of that company, which in turn produces more funds to go back to the fundraising people. We, the people, I've written it down on a piece of paper so that you can see and know and fully understand my defense in one word. Please? Please?
Guilty.
No. Oh, please. Please.
Sent away for 12 years to be made an example of. Misjudged some things. I thought I'd be in a cell alone. People say I faced a day of reckoning because I was immoral and corrupt. I suffered, but I believe I suffered because of insufficient generosity to myself.
Stop the goddamn bus!
I should have brought my suitcase.
You don't need luggage where you're going. It's quite warm there. But bring a toothbrush. If plaque collects beneath your gum line, that's called gingivitis.
I just got a text message welcoming me from Joseph Stalin. That's weird.
Say it ain't so, Joe Hall. I was hoping that you'd have fallen into a coffin and couldn't get up.
I was trapped in a well for 3 weeks. But that's an epic tale I'll save for later. You look fair to middling, and I say that in the bleakest of senses. Introductions are in order. This is my younger sister, Volva.
Seriously? Volva?
Don't bother trying to offend her. She never talks, and she rarely listens to the outside world. I only communicate with her via this Ouija board.
Moving right along. How's the nut?
I have good days and bad. I assume you want to hear my latest in memoriam?
Not really.
After Sure Shot skillfully crushed half my skull with a snapshot from center ice, we had another chance meeting.
No, I clearly said I don't want to hear your stories.
Sure Shot had moved to Barhead and was now gainfully employed as a coach for the Fighting Beavers in the Pioneer League. That's nothing close to the Premiership. Everything pales in comparison. It seemed familiarly sad, like the sound of a death knell at a state funeral.
Pass me your ballpoint pen. I want to press it through my inner ear and stab my brain.
I had just begun to work for a local travel agency when Sure Shot came in to book an itinerary for the team.
We are your global partners in travel. How may we assist?
You'll excuse my slow keyboarding, but I've developed chronic traumatic encephalopathy due to your puck handling skills. Plus, this is my first day on the job.
Yeah, whatever. I need to book a trip for 20 guys to Flin Flon.
Don't go there.
Gadsden?
Won't go there.
Atikokan.
Never been, actually, and couldn't care less.
Drummondville?
You may recall a little something called the French-English Wars. I refuse to book any destination associated with the Sun King in that line of rebel.
Agnetha, 3 things. 3 simple things from your training. We treat people with kindness. We book people's dreams, and we make our agency the agency to return to when planning your next getaway.
I'm putting your team into Sarajevo for 10 days with the perk of free tickets to a production of Les Mis in a bombed-out bus shelter. Then you're off to Lebanon, where your team will be kidnapped and held ransom, perhaps beheaded. No refunds.
If the next road trip goes for shit, I'll consider it. Otherwise, I'll call you.
We'll need a deposit. Yugoslav Airlines usually hits the tarmac without landing gear, so we want to make sure your money's in the bank.
Just get her with the puck.
As always, your stories motivate and inspire me.
Shortly thereafter, I was forced to seek other employment. Sure Shot and I are still connected through the mystical graveyard of transcendental alpha waves. Now you must dematerialize, as I seek the advice of my sister's Ouija board, just imported from Taiwan.
Stop the goddamn bus.
Snake eyes or an easy 6 vulva. You've rolled a hard 7. Ah! We've released the dark elves of Svaldavar. Close the hatch.
It'll be my pleasure.
You know, most human beings would not be able to handle the duffel bag full of medication that I have to swallow every day. But I'll tell you, that's what a lifetime of hockey will do for you. Yep. Spit up blood on the way to that great rink in the sky. You know, Sure Shot's there. He's probably just waiting for for the rest of us. Unless, of course, he's just Pinecone St. Gabriel behind the ice plant. No, he got out just before hockey took a frozen nosedive. Well, people will tell you that he turned the game into a wrestling match, but I say it was pure, violent poetry. Well, written mostly for the Jarbles, but nonetheless.
We're sure glad to have Doc Knobloch with us. Frankly, he's glad to be anywhere other than a pine box. He's like an old lawnmower. We may have to pull start him, but he can still get the job done. Come on up, Doc.
I was born in a mud shack, birthed by a one-eyed midwife at the tail end of the Great War. Now, when I was 21, I skated with Whiplash Taylor for the Lethbridge Sugar Beets. We won it all in '39. We got paid a clatter fart and a whiskey, but we dressed snappy, and we had enough sweet pork pot pie to snap your stick into. Nowadays, it's all sports cars and suntans and millionaires pretending like they love the game. Sure shot, Dombrowski. He had one fault. He bled on the inside. Sure shot never played for money. You were on the other team, you were dead. Plain and simple. So, when I got the call to coach the Canadian old-timers against the Russian old-timers, and I knew that Sure Shot and Moose Forget were going to be playing, well, it was yes in an instant. Of course, all the suits had to call a press conference and inflate everything. We would play the Americans in an exhibition match, and then we'd play the Russians in a one-game take-all.
My first question is for the Russian coach, Pinko?
Peskov.
Pistov?
Peskov.
Pekarov?
Peskov.
Shiklov?
Peskov.
Coach, why is the Russian team agreed to this reunion?
We came back to reclaim what was stolen from us by Western Free Market.
Flea market?
Free Market.
Flea market?
Peskov. We are supreme hockey power. We lost because of bad ice, bad officiating, and questionable seafood.
Coach, you lost the last games on Russian ice, and you chose the officials.
Ice was cleaned by machine from West. Like the tanks rolled over Czechoslovakia. We will crush Canada.
As usual, the Russian bear thinks he can come in here and crap in our woods. Makes me want to put on the skates again and slice up a little commie caviar as a souvenir.
Crap in the woods? It smells like someone crapped in his mouth. It smells like someone farted in the microwave and hit 2 minutes.
Your words fall like soft raindrops on Kazakhstan plain. Petrov! Once again, we have been insulted by poor Canadian hospitality. You know where to find me, Beaver. We will be at Consulate, waiting for our new battle to begin.
Question for Coach Wilson. What's in this for your team? With your pre-tournament record of 0 wins and 10 losses, the Eagle has shown it's got no balls and no talons.
We all know we can't compete. Our roster's full of fringe pros, minor leaguers, and college boys with hard-ons. But, and this is where we always win, we've negotiated a side deal that sits nicely. If we can score a goal against the Canadians in our exhibition match, we get half the fresh water from Lesser Slave Lake, plus we get to build a new pipeline to that dinosaur tar pit you call Fort McMurray.
Well, yeah, that's yet to be seen.
Not to mention other assorted royalty payments and transfer payments.
Question for the U.S. team captain, Skip Norbert. Your critics have claimed that you show a complete lack of commitment. How do you respond?
I'm here because I recently got drafted to the Marines. And I immediately exercised my option to skate in the other direction as fast as possible when danger approaches. A bunch of my buddies are over in the conflict in Panama. And three of them have come back with severe sunburns. Even my black friend, Michael. I got pale skin. I'm choking my gum. I got pale skin. I was born that way. Don't look at me with your eyes. No more questions. Jamaica.
Well, nothing to add there. Any last comments, Coach?
As for the Ruskies, we'll let our skates do the talking. Now, I never underestimate the Yanks, unless it comes to hockey. Now, they can ice as many players as they want. We'll send in Sure Shot, Forget, a goalie, and 2 pylons, and we'll still win.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all the sun's command.
We're all fired up about this exhibition tilt between Canada and the U.S., but really it's a tune-up match for Canada as they get ready for their first real hockey in 3 days' time against Russia. Doc Knobloch spouting off at the press conference yesterday, and I think the Americans took his rant literally because I'm looking down on the ice and I see 8 players on the ice, and there seems to be some kind of a disagreement down there, too.
Skip Norbert, Team USA captain. They call me the Miracle on Ice.
Yeah, I know. We met at the press conference.
All right. Well, as per that agreement, it's you, Forget, 2 pylons, and a goalie. I asked that the water bottles be filled with fruit punch.
Okay, Firecross. It's time for a little cross-border trade.
I trade for this guy.
Hey, look, the Prime Minister!
You hurt him. You really hurt him. This game's too violent. I just played for the showering. I'm going back to Panama. For Michael.
There you have it. Team Canada is going to have to play with 3 players plus 2 pylons as per the international rule for the entire game. And smiling Will Wilson, the U.S. coach, is very confident down there. We're nearing the end of the first period, and the Americans have had pretty much an 8-on-3 power play. That's including those 2 pylons down there, and the Americans still haven't found the back of the net. Well, we're deep into the third period, and Team Canada is grimly hanging on to a tied hockey game. I see Shot Dombrowski's down there along with Moose Forget and Tug Forster, their netminder, plus those 2 pylons. They've got tired. Doc Knobloch, in fact, because of that flurry of action, has decided to call a timeout to give everybody a chance to catch their breath.
Sure shot. What the hell's wrong with you out there tonight?
Christ's sakes, Coach. My bag is dragging. I gotta just go to a hot tub or something.
What, do you mean to tell me you're wearing the goddamn apron at your house now?
Maybe.
Forget, you're bigger than Idaho, for God's sake. Move some bodies.
Where the hell's Idaho? Is that near Moose Jaw?
Moose Jaw is 9 feet from the moose's ass. Now listen up, we got 30 seconds left in this timeout. Let the shot go to the net from the face-off.
The draw is in Canada's zone. The puck is directed at the Canadian net. Forster calmly makes the save and slides it over to Forget. Pylon number 1 passes it to pylon number 2. Puck takes a wicked bounce, bounces into the center ice area. Shot picks up the puck and heads for the goal. He's got a breakaway. He scores! Canada defeats the U.S. by a score of 1-0. And it looks like smiling Will Wilson is none too happy.
You believe in miracles?
You want a miracle, you mad cow, softwood lumberjack?
The U.S. was one thing, but I told Sure Shot he'd better make sure Kalen wasn't playing for the Ruskies.
Oh, pinko, swine flu hurting.
That's a run. 2, 3, 4. And hello, another huge comeback from behind win for me.
You are very lucky to have such cards of fortune. Next card, it would have been Schmola, shot out of luck.
That shit out of luck? And it's the skill that always does you in, Caleb. But that doesn't matter. What are we gonna do about the upcoming game?
It is a secret. Just like you are keeping secrets from me with your secret doctor.
I'm keeping you out of the loop because it's on a need-to-know basis, and you don't need to know. Are you gonna play for Russia?
For the last 2 years, I have been with you. And you know how I feel. But my parents write me letters saying the Politburo is, how you, pesters them. And this is bugging me. They say that I forgot about my homeland, which I have not. I'm fed with your secrets, and I must skate for the Red Army. I'll get to see my friends again, speak Russian, feel pride once again. It is just one game.
My secrets are to protect you, you commie. And after all we've done for you, and after all the times you've been inside me, just one game, it's more than that. It's about freedom to do what you want to do. Now you'll have those bastards breathing down your neck.
My mind is made up. I love Canada, but I'm homesick. And I play my best for Russia anyway.
Well, then you can't live here because I don't want the hammer and sickle in my house. Well, maybe the hammer, but not the sickle.
Well, maybe I don't want to be here, huh? I'll get motel room, drink vodka, I'll sing the Russian prayer, watch ATV Russia on a satellite dish. I saw you cheat, as usual, when we play crib.
Let's go, boys. 2 pucks for warm-ups. Let's go.
You stink like Volga in springtime. We came to get what is ours. We'll flatten your beavers. Your country is like frozen down. We will squish you underneath our Russian boots. And leave with the gold and the silver. Stop playing like a bunch of Hungarians. I want Petropov to do 1,000 wind sprints.
Sure shot. The Russians are up to something. I smell fishy eggs. You'd better keep an eye on Kalen.
Kalen's mad at me right now. Plus, he's made up his mind. Come game time, he's on his own.
I mean more than just the game. They got something else going on. I think they mean to take him back.
Yeah, I know. He's on their starting line.
I mean back to Russia, dumbass.
They can have him. He made up his mind anyways.
You better be darn sure of that. Because Vladivostok's a hell of a long way to go to get your partner back.
Listen to me, you lying Baltic Bolshevik. You will come back with me to Mother Russia, where you will play for me until you are dead. And then we will trade your rights to the farm team in Minsk, where you will play until you die again. Move over. You will be guarded round the clock until we go. So, this is spooning. Doesn't seem so gay.
Niente.
It's Canada against Russia. This is the series we've all been waiting for. Sure, Shot Dombrowski played a huge role in the last series for Canada. And now this Kalen Petropov is back in the lineup for the Russians. So if I was squeamish, I'd turn away right now because this is going to get ugly.
You look scared, Petter. What's wrong? Your side not treating you well?
We need to talk.
Time for talking's done. Now it's time for a little lesson and keep your head up.
If that was an introduction of the way this game's going to be played, I'd rather miss the party. Not much time left in the first.
Shot, you need to listen to me.
Listen to this.
Not a good retaliation penalty on Petropov's part. He'll get the gate for slashing.
Sure shot. Take a look at Petropov. He's blinking like crazy. He must have really scrambled his eggs on that last hit.
I think he's doing that on purpose. Is that some sort of code?
Yeah, that's Morse code. I learned that in boys camp when I was a kid.
What's he saying?
He's saying, I am a homo. No, check that. He's saying he wants to go home. He's saying that he's being held against his will by the Russians and he's being guarded 24/7 and that the skates they gave him are 2 sizes too small and they're killing his feet.
Doc, we have to get him back. I got an idea.
This is the plan.
We're late in the third period. This game's all tied up just like the last series was. Down to the final 2 minutes. Canada moves into the Russian zone. The puck is fired into the corner. Petropov picks it up. He's mobbed by 5 Canadian players, hitting him all at once. This one's hard to sort out, folks. What we can tell you is it appears that Sure Shot is down on the play. The Canadian trainer's out on the ice, and he's given a towel to Petropov, who is cut in the facial area. Oh, they're bringing out the stretcher for Sure Shot. That is a blow for Team Canada, and the silence in here is deafening. Well, this game is getting weirder by the minute.
Take the face off, you coward. Mother Russia will expect you to score. If you don't, it's the hammer up the front end and the sickle up the back.
It looks like Piskov is going to send Petropov out to take the face-off. And the face-off is in the Russian zone. Team Canada is icing 4 players. That's right, they're deliberately shorthanded. The puck goes back to Johnson on the point. He takes the shot. It's Dombrowski on the old bait and switch in front. He scores! Canada has taken the lead. No penalty in the play either because technically Canada was shorthanded. It's all over. It's all over. Canada has done it again with a 1-0 victory over Russia.
Moose, come here.
What's up?
Come here. We're having a baby.
We're having a baby? Oh my God. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. You know what? We got to tell Sure Shot. Let's get this out in the open.
No.
Let's get it on the open right now.
Okay. Put the stick down. Easy. Easy, slugger. I have some good news and some even better news for you.
Okay.
The first is I've come to the realization, well, of a few things. A, you're a dipshit. B, you're gonna be stick handling on some thin ice for the rest of your life. And C, well, you're a dipshit. But that's not gonna affect me anymore. I'm not gonna be the victim. You've got your team, and I've got mine. Plus the even better news, we've got our #1 draft pick on the way.
Ah, see? I knew you and Moose would ice a solid lineup. I told you to move on. You know, you're a first stringer, not a bench warmer. But you'll be sitting on the bench now lots because you got the new one, and you'll be getting all big and gross, kind of. I mean that in the nicest possible way. The nicest possible way.
Hey, friends, right?
Yeah, let's shake on it.
And that was how Moose, Joanne, Sure Shot, and Kaylin were able to go back to their normal lives. Moose and Joanne started to raise a baby, and Sure Shot and Kaylin continued to raise hell. I don't think Kaylin ever wanted to go back to Russia. Sometimes you have to take a trip to the minors to remind you of the sweet life you enjoy in the big leagues. That's a very long story. I'm fairly glad my diaper didn't leak. Sure Shot and I, we kept in touch. Sort of. It's never really the same once you leave the game. Sure stays with you, though. Every detail, sharp. Hey, speaking of sharp, it's time for my needle. Where the hell's that nurse?
You're sitting on her?
Get up, Toots. My ass is ready for my B12 shot.
I'm going to say it straight out. Russia is a crap place to play and live. Canada is much better crap place, by far. Sure Shot. He left me 2 things. Constant pain in my groin. But then again, he had big droopy sack too. And second, Canada is best place to go broke. In Russia, we had a saying. He who quarreled with the devil should have cabbage in the barn. Sure Shot. He believed this, I think. But then again, he liked cabbage.
A little light reading?
I wear an ascot. I don't read lightly. Philip Seymour, Pembroke III, UCC, PhD, class of '83. You're gonna catch a bullet if you step to me.
Reg Locker, GED.
GED, interesting.
I feel like I'm being profiled.
Is that how you feel?
Honestly, I feel a little gassy. Sports psychologist seems to be the new ticket these days. You working with anybody I'd know?
Client-patient confidentiality forbids me from telling you that. I could, however, whisper it to her and she could tell you. I've been doing a lot of work lately with the national women's hockey team, and I don't know if you've seen women's hockey, but the game itself is borderline unwatchable. I mean, but it's interesting as a human case study because there's thousands of people around cheering, going berserk for this game which appears to be happening in slow motion. It's truly fascinating. I do remember one particular client, however. Why don't you lean back 3 inches and loosen your tie, take your pants off. I'm going to tell you a little story while you manually stimulate yourself. Sure Shot's bet had well been made by the time he became my client. He was on the last year of his contract to coach in the minors, and he needed a new direction. He was an extraordinary mess, a freak, not much putty to mold, I'm afraid. Arousal management had no effect.
Hello. I haven't had this kind of reaction since I did the catwalk in San Francisco. I'm out of here.
Don't blame yourself, Shaniqua. Thank you. Close the door on your way out. So, Sure Shot, you've obviously experienced a lot of trauma in your life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna need you to show me, on me, where the bad man touched you.
Do you have a doll or something?
No dolls.
What about that doll right there?
Who, Tim? No, he's not a doll. He's not for touching. When did the abuse start?
3:58 every day.
Okay. And how do you know it was 3:58?
Because the alarm on this watch would go.
And you can't shut it off?
I don't know how.
It's probably on one of the side buttons.
Oh, it's pretty small. I think you need like a needle or something.
Might be the big one. See? Alarm off. Is that alarm off? Well, I think we made a pretty big breakthrough today, Sure Shot. Here you go.
Oh, thank you. I have been itchy as all get up all day. Oh.
Yep, that's where that goes. Okay, well, thank you very much for coming in.
Thank you.
It's been a great day. Goodbye, Sure Shot.
Goodbye.
Let's pound it out. I know what you're thinking. Fist. It's not your fault. Sure Shot, it's not your fault. Kick it out. Kick it out. Get those legs up. Freedom. Free legs. Move it. Get those quads totally erect. Look at that. Untempered, unprescribed, a ticking time bomb, but the billing was worth it. I was able to redo the entire office in Neo-Rococo style.
That's when he decided to play again. His third comeback, the scandal. That could have been all avoided if you would have done better shrinking.
I restored the self-confidence and ego he needed to fail. Nothing can prepare you for your manifest destiny of infinite sadness. That's where I come in.
Stop the goddamn bus!
Common sense and conventional wisdom tell me not to mess with these two whack jobs.
My sister has a dysmorphic body disorder, and I have a dissociative identity disorder.
Those two disorders don't exist. We made them up so crazy chicks wouldn't feel the need to dress like idiots. Looks like that backfired. Off to the great beyond, my friend. What happens in the hatch stays in the hatch. You two are 18, right?
I'm 17.
New 23.
We come to the third period once again. Sure Shot's ex, Joanne, and her partner, Moose Forget, with the final word on the scandal that took him out of hockey. I bet they haven't mellowed, and whatever they have to say probably won't flood the ice with extra water. Come on up, guys.
We're back. The last time Moose and I were here, we started a riot, but we're better prepared this time. I brought bear spray for any of you who are planning on slightly getting out of line.
Okay, it's really not bear spray, it's tea tree oil.
So Moose went down to play with Sure Shot that last year in Barhead.
Sure Shot was the coach. He kept seeing the younger guys play the game and he missed it. He'd get so caught up that he forgot that he was supposed to be behind the bench.
Moose and the new baby changed my attitude and convinced me to forgive Sure Shot for the hell he put me through. But you move on, right? You move on. So I joined Moose down in Barhead to start the new phase of our lives. Hello. See what happens when he doesn't have his big bad truck to protect him, Moosey? Promise me you'll never drive a truck?
I'll always own a compact for you.
It's okay, you can come down. I'm recognizing our truce. So how have you been?
Oh, been busy. Yeah, busy.
Good. Well, I just wanted to say that we're going to be around town a lot now that Moosey signed on with the Fighting Beavers, and I just want to make sure that there's more Fighting Beavers on the ice than off the ice. Are we clear?
I wear the pants in the relationship. I don't like to be called a beat. Yes, I understand. Hey, and while you guys are here, why don't I take you out for a meal? Because I have a big announcement. Don't worry, the fur won't fly off the heels this time.
And I'll have one salad tossed, please.
I'm making a comeback!
What?
What? What?
Sure shot. Billy, you were ancient when we were married. Those kids today are gonna eat you up. The Russian and your big truck isn't enough to satisfy your midlife crisis?
I have heart, and I'm smarter. You saw the way I played in that old timers tournament. I bagged both game winners. I knew I retired too soon.
Retired too soon? You quit because you had an affair with a gay Russian, and your left knee sounds like a creaky doorstop.
Easy, hun. Do your deep breathing. You know, she's right, Sure Shot. I play with those younger guys. That's why I'm in the minors now. The game's changed, buddy.
For once, I agree with the gypsy witch and her mountain. You can't play anymore.
My mind is made up. My doctor has got me on a super enhancement muscular program.
That is the most
There's so much crock. I'm serious. How are you ever gonna? What does he ever think of adopting? Seriously.
Ooh, hey, Doc, I'm excited about my new program. When I was the team doctor for the Gunslingers, I never saw you. You never came to me for stitches, a splint. Did you ever ask me to join you for a cup of coffee? No, you didn't. I played through my injuries. And now you come to me when you want it all back, when you're down and out, need your little pill, want a drink from the village doctor's secret fountain of youth. Didn't you send me the brochure over to the arena?
So I did. That's what happens when you have to put two daughters through medical school. The good doctor's forced to set up a pharmaceutical cottage industry in the back of a warehouse. We also ship out gala apples. You can have one if you want. You have the cash? Right, treatment begins now. Over the next several weeks, the following symptoms are bound to occur: water retention, hair loss, kidney, liver, and heart stress. Take one of these boosters daily, as directed, and for God's sakes, if the league calls to ask you to do a urine test, don't. Just give me a call, I'll have one of my guys pee for you.
Sure Shot decided he'd play 5 games in Barhead, score a ton of goals, and then get called up.
By the third game, he was uber juiced. Whatever he was doing, he was snarly. He scored 10 goals in a 10-0 victory. The fourth game, he scored 5 goals and had 6 fights. In the last game, he had 4 goals, drove the Zamboni between the first and second period, and did wind sprints up and down the bleachers after the game.
Oh, he got called up, just like he predicted. But after scoring 24 goals in 5 games, the league and Hockey International suspected something extraordinary in his bloodstream, and he had to give them a urine test.
So it's just a matter of peeing in the jar, and we can sign you up with the rest of the paperwork.
Oh, my doctor mentioned something about this. I can't remember. A little tinkle in a cup can't hurt, I guess. You're more than welcome to come watch.
Oh, don't worry. I will make sure this gets to the proper place. And you will get what's coming to you, Sure Shot.
I fart when I pee.
So they had to make an example of him for the good of the sport, so they said. So at the request of the International Hockey, an inquiry was set up and Sure Shot was back in the media limelight again.
We have done it. We have smoked out the perpetrator, what we call in Switzerland an asshead with no testicles. He will have his day, but we have the proof. Upholding international law, we shall beat his feet with a stick, and hockey will be rid of the Fighting Beaver once and for all.
The Honourable Member of Parliament from Gander South, Eugene Dingwall, presiding over the reforming reformers who have reformed on steroids.
All right, relax, boys, relax, boys. It's gonna be a little less formal than you're all used to. Here, pass the screech. Okay. I'm gonna need a shoebox full of blow before this day's through. All right, let's, what are we doing here? Let's see. Oh yes, Mr. Dombrowski. Mr. Dombrowski? Are you? Is this your lawyer? Is that what this is?
Yeah. I found him beetling around out back.
Oh, very nice. Well done, well done. Well put, my man.
I just graduated from law school.
Hey, you're a bit burkled, aren't you there, lad? All right, well, let's get these shenanigans underway. Pass the screech, yeah? Well, the Ice Hockey Federation, along with the Prime Minister there in Ottawa, have decided to spend an East Coast fortune on this here trial. So I says we go ahead and get her started spending their money. Okay, forget about helping that starving fisherman, the poor fella out there on the rock. You know, don't help him, no. We gotta look into this thick lump here who can barely spell his own name. Now, I'm talking about you, Mr. Dombrowski.
Yes, Your Honor. Not guilty.
Oh, don't call me Your Honor. I'm from Newfoundland. Besides, you haven't been charged with anything yet.
Oh, I'm not prepared to discuss anything that happened beforehand, as I usually non-remember things.
This is just an inquiry, you overgrown fart sucker. But I'm sure by the time this day's done, you'll have skated yourself into a tight corner. Call the right honorable member from Head Smash Gin Buffalo Jump. Please call your first witness.
Hey, Mayor Kisika, kennst Tochten hier wäre.
Okay, those aren't even words.
We call on Dr. O'Hanrahan, a.k.a. Dr. Good Feelings. Hey, Dr. O'Hanrahan, is it true that over 500 syringes and gauze pads and various pools of blood connected with injecting steroids were found in your warehouse?
I sell apples. I inject apples with HGH, and they turn into pumpkins when we are done with them. And then we sell the apples to the Chinese. I don't believe that's illegal.
Yeah, and the gauze and the pools of blood?
There's generally a lot of violence when we're negotiating a deal with the Asians.
Sounds good to me.
Sounds like a lie of Newfie proportion to me.
Do you categorically deny ever having injected Mr. Dombrowski?
Never seen the man before in my life.
Even though you're the team doctor in Edmonton?
He never came to my office. He played through his injuries.
Well, that's tickety-boo then. No more questions.
Will somebody please wake up the right honorable member from Porcupine Hill? Oh, he is awake.
Kalen Petropov. So you know this man? God, it's a lot of hard work for me today. I'm sure whatever you have to say is going to put me to sleep, so continue.
I've known Sure Shot for a long time, and I don't know anything of these asteroids you speak of. Hemorrhoids, yes. Asteroids, no.
The lines of communication with this asshole are blurred beyond compare. Hey, so is my eyesight. I call recess.
It's going good, Sure Shot. Yeah, so far, no problems.
I need a shot. I need the juice. Bathroom, now. Hurry up, Kalen. Put it in. And this time I just mean the needle. Oh, gee, whoa, that's my nutsack.
You might suspect, at this point, that all was lost. But Sure Shot could always pull out of the corner in the defensive zone. Plus, he had Moose and I.
Dombrowski defense calls Joanne Avery and Moose Forte.
Moose and I have traveled a great distance to defend that national hero's honor. Clearly, you can see a man in distress.
I don't even know who this is.
Jesus. I seen Sure Shot last week, and his baggage wasn't near the size of beach balls.
Speak up, Abbott Jarrix. Jeez.
This trial must be really stressing him out.
That's it. I'm taking over. I call artists small. Isn't it true, Mr. Small?
It is pronounced Schmid.
As I said, isn't it true, Mr. Small, that you are a complete homophobe and have no desire to see Kaylin and Sure Shot together?
I had no idea they were partners. Couldn't care less. I'm from Europe.
Aha. Isn't it true that you bet your entire Swiss farm on the last Canada-Russian series and you lost everything right down to your European underwear because of Sure Shot's last-minute goal?
That you cannot prove. Plus, I don't wear underwear. I'm from Europe. I will say one thing and one thing only. Sure Shot has given us the sample that proves that steroids are present in his body.
Oh, hey, a fancy shooter. I'm not sure. I think that went bad.
5 years of chasing that moron, gone in a gulpful. Yes, it's true! I bet against you! My beautiful Swiss chalet and all the francs that I had. I will get my revenge. I'll be back for the third movie!
All right, that's all I need to hear. That's it. I'm not gonna send you to federal prison for being an idiot, Mr. Dombrowski, but under one condition. You never, ever come to Gander. Because if you do, my family and I are going to get together and do awful, awful things to you that may or may not have something to do with urine. This inquiry is over. You're dismissed.
So even though he had to deal with deformed testicles for the rest of his life, at least the controversy was finally over.
But it wasn't over. No other team would pick him up, and him and Kaylin were forced out of hockey for good.
They ended up buying the touring rights for Ice Dance Fever.
Oh, God. Old pro figure skaters with bum knees, bad attitudes, and accompanied by even worse music.
Black Eye Productions welcomes everyone to the coldest show on earth. Give a warm welcome to the skaters of Ice Dance Fever, featuring Commonwealth medalist Sky Babylonia and Christy Meadows.
The audience is complaining there's no heat in the building.
Do not tell me how to market my show. It's a little thing called reverse psychology. You turn down the heat, raises the audience's energy. And I never really got around to paying the gas bill last month.
Look at these fingers. They're turning blue. I did not sign on for this.
Oh, you're right. Ow! You're fired.
But I'm the lead skater.
And I'll skate your part. Your double axel is weak. And your camel spin is more like a dromedary's.
Somebody stole my pineapple juice from the green room. I will not go back on the ice until it's replaced with a banana smoothie.
And you're fired.
I'm the female lead.
And Kalen will skate your part. He's been working on his double jumps, and his butt looks much better in tights.
By the way, I was 8th in the Taiwan games, and your Lutz is embarrassing.
I'll give you embarrassing.
Ow! Oh, Henry! Oh, Mr. Big!
And that's how the new sport of ultimate fighting figure skating to the death came about.
I used to do a few events myself, but I much prefer holding on to a stick when I went to battle.
You looked so adorable in those little white figure skates, surrounded by all that blood.
Really? You think so? So you mean after this, if we get home and I find that little tutu, I'm gonna get me some?
Yeah.
All right.
You hung on to the tutu?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is where I step in and bring us back to center ice. Sure Shot's critics will always say he was more hockeytarian than humanitarian. Those of us who knew him say he was both. Under the jersey and shoulder pads was a heart made of pure hockey rubber. Hard, but forgiving. Oh, stop the goddamn bus.
Sure Shot's coaching years were more than just a man behind a bench. A hockey player like that doesn't just skate away from the game with dull blades. He coached the way he played, with his elbows up and his fists clenched. He was two-way, but he always won with style. And that's the kind of story that always fills the sports pages.
Oh, spirits of the Nibelungen cycle, of the divining underworld, are we abandoned yet again to the dark depths of the credit roll, stuck in a shithole baggage compartment, to be resurrected for Sure Shot 3?
Why don't we lose the board and keep playing the game?
There was movement.
Just a little. Could be more if you're into it.
I'm only 17.
Close enough. lose the board.
There was movement.
Just a little. Could be more. You're into it.
Can't do, but I got a scheme to make all our dreams come true. It'll take some planning, then we'll be set and clear. We'll hit the bank from the front and exit at the rear. And though my stars stop shining, I can see it light. My luck will be changing with this ice tonight. And though I planned it all, it seems that this may not work out at all. And now I'm hypnotized. It's time for me.
Jones, you and Bouchard go do that intermission, and I'm messed up that line. Intermission? That doesn't make sense. Go do that intermission.
No one moving that way, no one will get hurt. Fill the bags at the counter with my new pay dirt. In the alley we will put that car in gear. Screaming tires is the last sound that they'll hear. And though my stars stop shining, I can see it.
Oh, don't worry, I'll make sure. Don't worry, I'll make sure.
It seems that this may not work out at all. Now I'm hypnotized. It's time for me to open up my eyes.
You ever come down a flight of stairs as fast as you can? Don't use the handrail. Straighten your arms. Feels like you're river dancing.
I should have listened. I should have stopped. Should have paid attention when the bottom just dropped. Wish I had a nickel for every time.
Yeah, I haven't watched it for sure, Shot. What is Potato? A royal ass today, and it wasn't very hammer-drama. I had to be down to you, Shot, to do the sugar of blood.